teenage can be the best or the worst years of your life. And it's not just because of the mental and physical changes we have faced, but also, I don't know why, but most of the time this is the time of our period of our life, I can say, where we have faced the most challenges and we were like, life is come to an end. And for some, that was the worst case time of their life, because yeah, there are so many milestones that life throws at us and everything feels so overwhelming. So if you're feeling that way, let me tell you, it's not the end of your life. There's life worth more than this. And the only problem we all have in this is that we didn't know how to actually face it, and we don't know the truths of this world, because we have just entered an age where lots of changes in our body is actually happening, and we are facing all of that all together. So everything is kind of messed up in your life. I have some advice for you and in our teenage years so that we suffer a little less. So keep watching this video. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Hardika, and this channel is all about becoming the best version of yourself. So if you're into this stuff, keep watching this video and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos on becoming the best version of yourself. So without any further, let's get you all to know is to understand the importance of teenage years. People thought this is the worst time of our life, but no. It is an opportunity. It is actually an opportunity for all of us to learn and grow, to become a stronger adult. And this is just, God, universe, whatever you call, throwing milestones on you to test you if you're strong enough to face it or not. But in my opinion and in my mindset, this is an opportunity for you to grow and learn from your mistakes and become the stronger version of yourself, to become a stronger adult. Your life so private this time. Yeah. The only thing that we don't understand in our teenage years is to keep our life private. We try to share things about our life because that sometimes we are insecure, we feel like miserable about ourselves, and we just wanted to share all this stuff with someone without acknowledging that the other person maybe was not the right person to tell us these things are. And we just barely want someone to love us, and there are so many changes happening with us, so we just want someone to tell all the stuff. That's where we are mistaking. I know that must be hard for you to not express your feelings, and you felt so much overwhelmed. But trust me, after some time, once you started to feel yourself, once you started to understand the importance of your own self-worth, of your own life, then you understand that this is a lot better to keep your life just private, to keep your life with yourself, with only the people you prefer in your life and not with any other person. Because as adults, once we get matured, the first thing I realize is to keep my life private. Because once our life is private, once we are the mysterious girl, once we are the mysterious person in the room, the confidence level is that, literally, because no one is actually knows anything about you, your struggles, your achievements, nothing. Keep that private. And about achievement, if you're thinking, just keep your small achievements private. Like, let your result speak everything. Let them make noise. You don't need to make it. You don't need to declare that I have this goal and that is what's going on, that is how my life is going. Just always like, okay, yeah, that's great. Just let people guess what would be your life. Let them guess your routines. Let them guess about you. Let them misunderstand about you. Because who cares their opinion? Who cares what is actually happening in your life? No one is actually cares about it. You feel that people are actually care, but they don't. What they care about is their own life. They care about their own life, not yours. Maybe make fun of your life. So it's better to keep your miserable or maybe the blessed life to yourself and not tell anyone about anything, and just be the mysterious girl in the trust no one. As I said, keeping your life private is important. We don't trust anyone. I don't know why, but I have trust issues, and it's because my experience with trusting people was not that good. And I don't know about you guys, but I felt like in teenage we faced the most betrayals, we faced heartbreaks, and we were not able to trust anyone. And that's who I am right now. I started to understand that trusting people could be the biggest mistake in my life, in my entire life. You must have heard that laugh with many but don't trust any. And I use this rule. I always apply this in my life. Just this reality, this world is too cruel to trust anyone. Anyone, I can say anyone, because you don't know their intentions. This world is all about texting and reason sharing and all that stuff, but you don't know the pure intention. You don't know what's going on in their head, and that's what matters. That is the thing that actually matters for you. You just have to trust no one, no matter how close that person is to you. just try not to trust them. And it's not that you shouldn't trust anyone. Trust them. Trust intuitions. Trust your intuitions. Trust their actions. If you see that a person, maybe your friend, maybe your relative, whatever it is, maybe another person is good for your health and good for your mental health, good for you, was helping you, action is actually showing that they care for you and they really love you, trust them. But don't too much. You just don't have to rely on a person that, no, my life is all just dedicated to this person, now I don't have to be worried about it. No, there's no way. You shouldn't be like that. You have to trust yourself. You have to rely on yourself. You have to rely on your parents, but not any other person. No, not at all. Or maybe if you trust them, maybe you'll get betrayed. I know, but I have trust issues and maybe you also have, so I prefer not to trust anyone. This is clear, but I can just say that trusting someone means is to give power to that person to destroy your whole life, to destroy you in a minute. And you better not give this power to that person, especially love. I know why we are so desperate in our teenage. Yeah, that you say it is hormone disbalance. We have disbalance of our hormone, and then we just badly want someone to love us, to be in a relationship or stuff like that. What's the point? That makes no sense. Trust me or not, teenage years, actually your mind is lying to you. Your mind is actually having so many things, and maybe most of them, actually 90% of your thoughts is not that right. So if your mind is saying that you need a loved one, no, you don't need it. You don't need to be in a relationship. You just have to love yourself. Teenage, in this time, we better love ourselves. There is no way you can love another person if you don't love yourself. That's the truth. That is the reality of your life. If you don't love yourself enough, you are not able to love any other person. That is how life goes. And you first just have to learn to love yourself and learn to just enjoy your company and just be the best version of yourself. I know what it means to you, but to me, I truly believe that the way to be the best version is to love yourself. And that is the hardest lessons I can say I have learned in my life. But loving my own self is the hardest, but the purest kind of love you can ever have and you can give to yourself. You have to give the same love you give to your parents, to your friends, or to your boyfriend. You have to give it to your own self. You have to love yourself just like you love your best friend. You got to be your own best friend. You have to talk to your own self all the time. Ask yourself, what's the problem? And I know this is, as I said, one of the hardest things we have to face, and it is not pleasant. That must be not pleasant. We felt so many up and downs. We have to accept ourselves just the way we are, but we have to do it somehow. We have to do it in order to love ourselves. And I can say, if you don't love yourself, your life is a lie. If you don't love the person you are right now, if you're not comfortable with the person you are, if you're just always criticizing yourself, what is the meaning of your life? Tell me, what's the meaning of your life? Just imagine, like, if you're successful, if you have achieved all of your dreams and you're living a great life and you have no idea who you are, what's the point of all this? Makes no sense. You have to be so comfortable. This is why you have to be so comfortable with yourself and to love yourself the way you love another person. And yeah, there are stages. So you don't just start to love yourself in a day or in an hour. No, it's a long process. If you are someone who have negative image for yourself in your head, it's hardest for you to love yourself. But you have to learn it the hard way, because that's how your life is smooth. This is the only way you can make your life smooth. Self-confidence. And this one thing is actually attached to the point that we have just talked about, which is self-love. Confidence is game changer. It's life-changing, I can say. If you're confident for who you are, your whole life gonna change. Just like this, in a blink of an eye. Once you started to be confident with the person you are, with the way you look, with the way you act, with the way you handle situations, change. Everything started to change. And yeah, we have insecurities. We have to embrace them. We have to embrace our all insecurities, and we just got to be so much comfortable with ourselves. And we have to just develop a confidence, because nothing in this world is better than a confident person. A person who's confident with who she is, with just the way she is. Nothing is better. Not chase guys. Yeah. Now it's personal a little bit. You don't have to do it. As I said, self-love, that's what we needed, not guys. If you're someone who believes in teenage love, let me correct this for you. There is no thing that exists as teenage love. This is all fantasy. Yeah. And if you are, you know, you can see this is around you. The reality of teenage love is nothing but breakup, heartbreak, breakups, like, yeah, all that shitty things that we shouldn't be a part of, situationship and whatever you call this shit. It is just fantasy. There is nothing known as teenage love. You can't just, this is so foolish. I thought this is so foolish. How could you find your love of your life in your teenage? Like, yeah, some people do. It's so rare that you can find your love of your life, especially in this Gen Z, which is nearly impossible for you to find your love of your life, especially in teenage. But some people do. That's good for them, but doesn't mean you can do too. So what I mean with this is that you shouldn't be available for this thing. Just try not to be in a relationship. Just try not to be in such shit in your teenage years. Just try to avoid relationships in your teenage years. And I'm not saying you shouldn't date someone, but it's just, you don't have to chase guys. And if you have crush on someone, if you like your classmate or your senior, try to know about that. Try to know about that guy. How many girls he have already talked, how many girlfriends he already has. And yeah, try to know more thing about it. And just compare. Is this who you actually expect your boyfriend or your whatever your loved one would be? No. Keep your standards high, girl. Please watch K-dramas if you need to, but just keep your standards too high. Just not, you're not available for some random boys who doesn't deserve you, who doesn't treat you well. You're not. You just need to know that you shouldn't chase guys. Ignore them as much as possible. Let them have crush on you, but don't let that you have crush on them. Just ignore them. Just be like, attitude, you know, you are the queen, and queens don't have crushes. They don't have it. They are waiting for the king. You just better not have to have a crush on a random guy. Stop doing this and stop chasing that. And yeah, chasing a guy means to just head over heels for him. That makes no sense. That there is no point for this thing. So you better not chase them and just love yourself and be so comfortable with who you are. And yeah, just live your best. And that is all for this video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have an amazing and blessed life. Bye bye.